I've been in the OnlyFans industry for a bit more than 3 years now. And in that time, I've built an agency alone at 50K per month profit, left, quit, came back, and did it again with a business partner, this time around $90,000 net. Then one day, out of nowhere, the partner booted me out of the agency. We built together, no warnings, and I had no savings. I was back at zero. This video is what happened, what I learned, and why and how I'm rebuilding from scratch. And another disadvantage is that I'm from India, where there's no opportunities to earn money, blah, 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 blah. I'll come into that later. But with one creator and a small team, no course, no screenshots, just a real story. When I first started OnlyFans management, I did not know what I was doing, like everybody else who gets into a new business or a new field, so on. But I figured it out. I had good mentors. I used to have a sports betting channel on Telegram. I used to sell sports betting predictions, and I used to make good money with selling and doing sports betting myself. But when I started not being in profit, that I thought that, hey, listen, I haven't been in profit for a couple months. I don't want to waste other people's money. You know, it's a bad thing on my name as well, because I was pretty open with my profile. So I was like, okay, fuck this. I need something else. I need something more scalable, and I need something that can bring more predictable income. I signed some creators after a few months of outreaching and working hard day and night. You know, no results. I learned chatting, I learned traffic, I learned Reddit, Instagram, you know, creator management, OnlyFans page management, and whatnot, everything A to Z. And then running through 5, 6, 7, maybe 8, maybe 10 creators, I finally found one where I made some money. So on and so forth. 8 months later, from the starting point, I had a $50,000 a month in profit agency with just 3 creators. Not 30, just 3 creators. That number matters because it tells you something about where the money actually comes from, at least for me. You know, other people, they're actually scaling vertically and it turns out pretty good for them, but I like to scale horizontally before I can focus vertically, make systems. Mosquito. But yeah, make systems and you know, kind of try it both ways. But personally, it's not about having the most creators. It's about having the right systems and maximizing revenue per creator instead of stacking more and more accounts where, you know, you're making expenses here and there and there and here and here and there, but there are no income or there's no money coming in. So the first priority for me is profit. That is the thing I care about the most. That was my first mistake. I walked away from something that was genuinely working, generating real fucking money, not because I lost focus. There was a personal issue involved that I was like, okay, I can build anything, and I've built it once, I can build anything else. You know, that pure confidence in me that I still hold. And then I quit, and there was no other reason. You know, I tried a bunch of things after, but then I came back to OFM maybe a year and a half later. This time I had a business partner. He was also from Canada. I started my OnlyFans agency when I was in Canada. I moved back to India, and then a year and a half later is where we are now in the timeline. Together, we built it back up. We built it to around $80,000 a month, $90,000 a month now. And if you ask me, that is real money, a real business. We had systems, we had creators, we had chatters doing the work, and the revenue was consistent, and we were consistently month after month improving the revenue. Whether it's because of adding new creators, whether it's because we're scaling the ones we had, maybe more traffic, better chatting, anything, but we were going upwards and not downwards. That was a very good sign. And then one day, out of nowhere, my business partner cut me out. I had a phone call. He was like, hey man, I'm going to do this alone for now. You're out. Ciao. No conversation prior to it, no warnings, you know, just out. And I'm not going to trash him publicly, and I'm not here to play victim, okay? I'll tell you, you know, honestly, I fucked myself over because one, I had no savings. Second, I should have seen it coming. And we have been making some, okay money, $90,000 a month net. Not practicing myself, you know, protecting myself financially was stupid. So when it ended, I had nothing to fall back on. What the partner did, whatever it is, shit happens. It's a business partnership. They fall apart all the fucking time. But I had zero saving, and that is all on me. Anyways, fuck the past. This is where I'm right now. Let me remember. Maybe in December, I signed my first creator. She messaged me, and yeah, we're rebuilding from zero, genuinely from zero. Not a fresh start with a runaway, but zero, actual zero. I'm operating from India right now. I run a Reddit service on the side. My Reddit team, that is my main traffic. We actually do outsource some other agencies' traffic every year and there. That brings in some money to invest in our main objective, but that is not a lot of money. That is not significant money yet. And I have one creator, and it's practically from start. The other agencies have not done well with her before, but she's hardworking. I'm hardworking. My team is competent. We're gonna go through it. I do have his knowledge and connections, 3 years of it, and that is something no one can take away from me. I know what a 50K month looks like operationally. I know what a 90K months look like. I know what breaks at scale, what's good chatting system, what's good marketing system, how to manage everything, databases, how Reddit traffic actually works, how Instagram actually works, how many employees do you need, how much to pay them, and so on and so forth. These little details that you can only learn by experience. I have all of that. How to find creators, how to retain them, how to manage them, how to maintain a good relationship with them, and all that stuff. I have connects in the industry and I have a small team around me helping me rebuild everything. And I'm not going to pretend the revenue is there yet. It's been around 3 months. And I could wait to make this video and show up publicly once everything looks impressive, because I kid you not, it will very, very soon. But I decide to build everything publicly from now before it ever looks impressive. The people who follow me from here are going to watch the whole thing, not just the highlight at the end. Oh, I did this, but meanwhile, I'm actually doing it in real time. Starting the third time, I realized that there is a lot that has been changed. Here's what I know after 3 years that I did not know in the start. First thing first, the industry is much, much, much harder now. The barrier of entry is way above here. Earlier it was like picking up free money. Anyone can come and make some money here and there. But now the game is for real players, for serious players who are ready to work hard, who are ready to build systems, learn new things, so on and so forth. Reddit is more hostile for OFM accounts. Creators have more options and less patience. There are a lot of agency hoppers now. They don't want to stick around. They don't see the results. They're just, okay, from this A agency to B agency to C, and most of them are shit, cannot produce results, and that is why the trust goes even lower. Anyone telling you this is easy, passive income is either lying or hasn't tried themselves recently or is just dreaming. So one thing I want to tell you is what's different about my approach this time. This time I'm focusing more on systems before scaling anything. Last time I scaled fast, I hired many creators. I had 3 creators at any given time. Once I had 3 creators, without building systems, I was just doing Reddit, Instagram, chatting, apply chatters, this and that and that and this. But that won't work anymore. The chatters are shit. The subs are actually catching on to the chatting systems and how everything works. It's much, much, much harder to rinse them. And when something breaks messily, it's time to build an infrastructure that will help me fix it. So there is a lot of SOPs, detailed SOPs, documentation, process that can be simply repeated, automations. There is a big AI involvement, especially because now there's not just OnlyFans, there's AI OFM as well in our competition. So everything has changed massively. One more thing I've learned is no blind trust in partnerships. That one's obviously. But more specifically, I will never again be in a position where one relationship can take everything I've built legally, financially, structurally. Every arrangement needs protection built from day one. So all you guys that are old school handshake partnership guys like me, you need to be careful, because maybe you are honest, maybe you have good intentions in your heart. The other person might be waiting to fuck you over. Third thing, again, I'm more prone to building something I own. I like to be at the top. I like to dictate everything. I don't like someone second guessing my decisions or my knowledge. Even though I do like constructive criticism, I do not like being second guessed at every decision I'm trying to make. So there's not just an agency. I want to build a brand, a documented track record from where I started to where I am right now. a public presence so that knowledge I've built doesn't disappear. If something goes wrong again, it lives somewhere nobody can take from me. And that is what this channel is mainly about. Not chatting clients, not Reddit clients. I want to give knowledge and I want to document my journey. I want to be straight about this channel and what this channel is and what it isn't. This isn't a flexing channel. I don't have a screenshot to show you right now, even though I can pull up some impressive screenshot from back in the day and fake it very, very easily, but that is not who I am. What this channel is a real-time documentation of someone rebuilding an OFM operation who actually knows what he's doing. The strategies, the systems, the mistakes, the wins, all of it while it's actually happening. I've succeeded in this industry twice. I know it's possible. I know how it's done. It does take hard work. There are some things that has been changed. There are some things that I need to learn again, and there will be some failures I will be facing. But now is the third time properly, publicly, no illusions, no lies. Well, I don't ever lie, but just to set the record straight. And you are getting in early. So that's the honest picture, guys. 3 years, 2 bills, 1 bad relationship, and a start from zero. If that's a journey you want to follow, subscribe, post twice a week. Every video is either operational knowledge you can use right now, like some of the videos I've uploaded, real-time update on how everything is going. One thing I want you to know is if you're an OFM right now, whether you're starting or you've been at it for a while, join my free Telegram group in the bio, and you can ask me questions there directly. You can ask each other questions. Networking group. Basically, that is how I started. My group was very much like this. There was a guy at the top helping each other. There were some guys making money, some guys not making money, some guys just started to make money. So everyone had someone to look up to for the next step. And the most important thing is if you're starting out, if you're on step 0, you want someone who can advise you on how to take step 1 and step 2. And for step 2, you need someone who can help you with step 3 and step 4 and so on and so forth. If you're at 0 and someone advises you who's on step 10, well, where's the middle? And that won't help you at all. So make sure you join and make sure you make the most of it.